James is back.
James is back. One car. No one saw that.
Welcome to Axon's Morning Brief, the latest edition. First things first, James, James Wilkinson, mate. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Thank you.
I know you've watched myself and Ryan fucking high-fiving in front of my face. I've had a few things in front of my face before, but not a high five. I'm working on it. Welcome to your Christmas special. So, mate, it's been a fast year, hasn't it?
It has. I can't believe we're going to be in December.
And what about you? Naughty or nice as we approach the Christmas break,
Which one do you
mate?
think?
Well, everyone
Definitely
knows.
naughty.
That
Definitely naughty.
Hello, on the poster boy for that one. James, you're nice enough.
Nah.
Your wife?
Ask my wife.
Your
I'm
wife
definitely
would say
naughty.
that one.
Yeah.
But no, I really hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas and New Year coming up. We'll wrap it all up shortly. But yeah, it's been a hell of a year so far. I won't lie to you, as time goes by in my life anyway, that the years and the months are flying through. So, I feel it was only bloody Anzac Day a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit longer than that, but you get the picture, right? Hey, we've got a bit of a shopping list of stuff to get through here. So, yeah, there's a bunch of things we're going to go through. What's been going on in the Axon space, what's been happening in the property space. Clearly, you've probably seen on some of our social media, we've been out and about recently in a few different places doing a few different things. So we'll fill you in on all of that. And then Ryan, myself, and James have got like a story from the trench client sort of expose that we want to looking forward to sharing with you as well. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but there's a whole lot of lessons to be learned along the way, no matter what. The last session we did, Ryan, with you and I was in mid-October.
Yeah,
and of course we're like, hey, next week we're going to the Veteran Games.
Yes.
It seems a little while ago now, but this is your third time out there.
It was,
What's your feeling on how you've seen it all evolve?
What the evolution of it and the growth in 3 years, what Heston's done out there is absolutely phenomenal. I think the first year there were 8 teams.
5.
5 teams.
5, 10, 16.
And there was like 16 plus teams or something out there now. Yeah. And the vendors and the sponsors and the stalls, like it is now a significant event on the Gold Coast, which is pretty cool.
We had a little hacky sack going. One of the other ones had like bloody come and do some chin ups and we'll put like $100 towards it.
Yeah.
Matt, our videographer, who's bloody videoing me right now, had his little boy Jack doing a chin up. So
It's not just about ex-serving veterans as well now. This year there was more teams that are actually current serving come from down from Darwin.
Yeah, they did. They ran it, bloody
which is
like
pretty cool to see. Like, they might not have done as good as they thought they were going to do against the old boys, but hey.
Yeah. And we saw Brisbane Veterans Rugby Football Club was the winning team. So shout out to you, ladies and gents. Well done. That was bloody excellent. I loved it how my wife Tamara did the morning off. She's like, you looking forward to doing some podcasts out there? I'm like, it's fucking Veteran Games. What podcast are you talking about? I had no idea. I rocked up out there. I'm like cruising along. I'm like, there's a fucking podcast studio.
Yeah, classic stitch up, Daniel. Thank you.
Your wife, bloody Caitlin, and I just bloody got out there and started drawing off. So it was
she loves the camera. Loves the camera.
What about the podcast room?
Oh, yeah, and that one.
Same thing as well. Yeah, shout out to Caitlin.
Dubs has a podcast studio and will travel.
Yeah, that was really cool. But we interviewed Heston's mum. We interviewed one of the US Marshals who was over there visiting. Heston himself, of course, and a bunch of others. Jared Goundry, he was bloody piss funny. He's literally up on stage, 9:30 in the morning. Dark humour that should have been happening after 9:30 p.m, but everyone was pissing themselves laughing, and it was
you could talk
bloody cool. That guy. He's doing really well with himself. You've seen him; he's like on the bloody roadshow now. So, Jared,
shows,
I know you're an awesome bloody friend of Axon, mate. So we've done a couple of sessions in here, and can't wait to see you again, champion. So glad to see you doing well. What else do we do in November? Retreat.
We had the big retreat, the Axon retreat, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen over the years, seen the different locations that we never know about until about a couple of weeks before, a little bit more.
So it's a highly kept secret. I know where it is because obviously I've got to make sure we can pay for it. And my wife's already shitting herself in the weeks leading up to the retreat going.
We also try not
Robbie's
to tell
going to spill the bill and spill it into some stage.
You are not good at keeping secrets.
I had a top TSPV clearance on one of my fucking ID cards over there. You can read the bloody alphabet on it, but I just get excited about stuff and I want to tell
I'm usually
people.
pretty good at getting information out of people, but Angie and Tam are like vaults.
I'm surrounded by
I cannot break it.
Core people here that have got fucking wide, tight like bloody bank vaults.
I'm going to start waterboarding some of them sometime.
Oh, you can't do that anymore. Apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, actually, I remember when we went up to it was about 3 years ago. We went to Noosa, same place. I said to your wife, Amana, when she was working here, I'm like, I need to talk to Ryan. I think I found his new career. And so I was literally in that same space. So we got to go back and, I showed you where that conversation took place. And then, of course, you've had a couple of retreats under your belt now as well.
Yeah.
What do you like most about them?
Oh, look, just the I guess the connectivity, right? It's all really getting together. It's not just about work, and we don't talk shop. It's just really bounding together and really conjoining yourselves as a team, right?
I love how you have really leaned into the letter writing activity.
Oh yeah, it's always been a big one for me.
You did like you're very hard on yourself, which is a great quality.
Yes.
Sometimes. And yeah, there's always some tears normally from you because you're like, right, here's the letter. Here's what I'm going to do in the next 12 months. And you open it 12 months later and there's unders and overs and anything in between.
I've had the first one. I thought, this is a lot of shit. What am I doing? And then when you really open up to it and you really pull your heart in, like the more you put in, the more you get out, right? Yeah. I've had times where I've just really beat myself up and gone, fuck, didn't get what I need to do this year.
Yeah, right.
And then the following year, I've sort of swung the other side of the pendulum. And now I think I've found a nice little medium now. So yeah, absolutely.
Here's a little activity for everyone. Give yourself a challenge. Let me put that to nice, because Robbie's nice sometimes. That guy, Robbie, in the third person. At the end of the year, or for, first couple of days of the new year, got your buddy new year, new me buddy hat on. Write yourself a letter. Just sit down in a quiet space and go, dear Robbie, blah blah blah, and just go, right. It's now 365 days from the day you write it. This is the things that I've now done in my life. So these are what my achievements. These are the things I've worked on. This is what I've progressed so far. This is what I'm still really shit at. Whatever it's going to be, put it in an envelope, put it somewhere safe, open it up on the exact same day and read that letter. It's a really, really insightful activity. Yeah. So like you just, you pour your heart out and go, these are all the things I'm going to achieve, and you either do or don't achieve them. And it's just a good little bit of self-reflection that, is going to come your way. It's a super powerful tool.
It's really cool. And part of the letter writing for me is I also say what I'm grateful for in 12 months as well. So when you open it in a year later, you go, oh, yeah. Shit, I actually am grateful for a lot of that stuff, which is really cool.
I love that when we did a little round table afterwards and, Tam said, Ryan, what were some of the things you wrote in your letter? And you said just a whole lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
And that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That's the thing, like it's not just about tangible things, like in 12 months I'm going to buy a car, going to buy a house, whatever it may be. It's like if you really dig deep into it, go spiritual, go connection with partners, family, friends, kids, and that's the part that really just opens up in 12 months to really sort of make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd love to know in the comments below. You are a real man's man, but you've got a sensitive side to you that I just do not possess.
Translation, not always.
Not always.
So the question is, where are we going next year?
I don't know. Always. I don't know yet. Hey, one of probably the most exciting thing that's happened to me for the last couple of months was the fact that we've now very relievingly so hired two new people.
Yes.
Because as you are both aware, we are just inundated with new people or new clients and repeat clients and referral clients basically coming our way. So, yeah, we're certainly going to break some bloody Axon records this year. But, of course, that means that if we are doing the same volume with the same amount of people get broken and overwhelmed very quickly. So, yeah, the fact that we've got Kiana, which has joined us in the build support team, working next to your wife, Caitlin.
Yep.
And, of course, Blake now is going to be doing a bunch of the admin that Simo, Damo and Justin don't want to do. All the contract stuff.
I'm trying to nickname him Gigabyte because his level of analysis within Excel is just well beyond our understanding. So I called him Gigabyte. I'm trying to make it stick.
Gigabyte. Okay.
I don't think he wants it, but
I know that he and Kelly had a bit of a Excel off the other day.
Yeah.
Is that such a thing? That's a new term I just made. Let's see if it too can make a dictionary.
There is a World Championships of Excel out there, so we might have to enter them.
Is it called the Excel off?
No.
Who knows? Anyway, but yeah, I was like, who's better at Excel? They're like, we've both got things that we're strong at, and we've both got things that we can help each other out. I'm like, good answer. So, I mean, yeah, you've been here for 5 and a bit years, mate. Are you excited to have a couple of team members come and join the fabric of the world here?
Always. Yeah. It's always good to have a different perspective, especially. It also sort of gives you a bit of a grounding about how we are as a business, how we are as friends. Like when new people come in and they're like, holy shit, this place is so good. Like the vibe, the environment, the friendship, like just the work ethic. And then you sort of sometimes take it for granted when you're so used to it, right? When you're repetitive and you sort of do it, you lose that perspective. But when someone else comes in and goes, holy shit, you're like, you know what? It is pretty good here.
Particularly when they're two civilians as well. So we've recruited
non-defense
background. So you always go, I wonder how they'll assimilate with some of the crew here. Yeah. But
professional mastery's coming their way. Don't you worry about that.
PME, here we go.
We'll give them the first week.
Angie was just saying the other day, I said, how's things going with Kiana, who's literally just like, she's like day 3 at the moment. And she's like, she's had a number of different jobs, and I was going through like, what the tempo and what the sort of overall way that things happen here at Axon. She's like, I've never heard of so much flexibility, so much inclusiveness, so much sort of balance in people's lives. So we're like, yeah, you're welcome. That's
awesome.
That's how we choose to do it. Speaking of Angie, I reckon I met Angie about 10 years ago. So she's been in my life for quite a while now. And yeah, she's just ticked over her 4-year Axon anniversary. That was you 18 months ago. That'll be you in another 18 months, give or take. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome milestone. Hey,
yeah, it is.
She's like, whilst tomorrow and I need to create the culture and like set the environment for everyone to be here, someone's actually got to be the person who holds it all together. And that's Angie. Would you agree?
One of the best decisions we've made.
Yes.
Along with all of them, because we're all good. We only make good decisions, right?
Don't take it to heart, anyone.
Good save, James. Good save.
Backhanded compliment right
quick
there
save,
to everyone else.
But it's funny, one of the buffheads who doesn't work here anymore, he's the one that actually recruited her. So
there you go.
How funny is that? Best fucking decision you ever made, champ. Keep him coming. So that was fucking great. And don't interrupt you anyway when they're making a mistake. There's another one. And that's something else that I love doing as well. Me and Tammy went across to Queenstown. So the great man Dave Simpson is about to join the club. You know what the club is?
5-0.
The 5-0 club. More than 18 months for you.
I've got a long time to go.
You'll get there one day, mate. Fucking 50's the next 30s. So I keep telling myself anyway. But yeah, that's by the time you guys watch this, he would have had his 50th birthday, 29th of November. So the great man Dave's been with us for 7 and a bit years. So yeah, it's so good that he's
happy birthday, Dave's dogs.
Yeah, bloody oath. So we'll actually, you guys would have seen on our socials the big bloody morning tea we're going to have tomorrow morning for him. So yeah, enjoy that one. Well, I will anyway. I don't mind a bloody a little bit of pastry every now and then.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can see that.
Thank you. Bloody hell.
You resemble that comment.
Fat shaming the host when the host is fat shaming himself is totally fine.
I might not be here next year, ladies and gents.
Hey, something else which I've really loved. This is like the third best thing that's happened to me in the last 6 weeks. Third best thing.
Okay.
They're all equal.
This week.
Yeah.
Today.
We're also ticked off 1 year in our new premises here.
Yeah. Happy birthday to the new office.
Fuck, time goes by,
Wow.
mate. Really fast.
Don't miss Southport.
Yeah, look, that served its purpose. We were there in that
did,
building
of
for
course,
sort of 5 and a bit years. But yeah, now we're here. And now we've got our own space. You know, Axon doesn't have a landlord anymore.
Yeah.
It's our space. We can do whatever we want. You're living, we're all living in our own homes, and we're not in the rental market anymore.
It's been a good evolution.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic evolution. You know, some of the things still haven't even been put up on the wall yet, which is good. So I'm sure everyone that moves into their own home still got some.
So we're all in here.
That's true.
Stubbs has got
This place has been set up. We've been set up since the second week we've been here. So
everyone who's been living in a house I know has still got a box sitting in the garage a year later. They still haven't unpacked. That's us as well, and it's totally fine.
Please don't bring Caitlin in here. She'll remind me I've got to put picture frames up and all that.
There we go.
Stuff at home.
And we literally had we don't have a front desk, front office, per se, but yeah, we had a client in here yesterday, and they were having a bit of a look around. So if you're ever in the Gold Coast and you're ever near this way, let us know. Our doors will be open for you to come and drop in for a visit at any time you want.
Absolutely,
which is really, really cool. Tam and I just recently went down to Canberra as well. For the Prime Minister's Veterans Awards nights, and
you have been travelling a lot, my friend.
Yes, well, there's status credits that need to be sort of kept, underway. I'll tell you what. Let me be serious for a second. The Veteran Employment Awards and just veterans doing amazing things is just going gangbusters at the moment. I reckon I ran into, if it wasn't 20 people, I'm sort of underselling it a little bit more. That every single one of them, it was just so good to know. Like I've transitioned from the military. I'm now doing whatever it is in my business life, and this is now how I'm succeeding, and now this is how I'm excelling. It was just so good to see so many people doing so well.
Yeah,
it was. Unfortunately, Albo wasn't there.
I was going to say, how's Albo doing?
He was kicking ass at question time a few hours earlier, but he was sick apparently, or couldn't be there, so that's all right. The Matt Keogh, the Minister for Veterans Affairs, was there instead. But yeah, they all spoke really, really well, of course, and the MC was there doing some stuff. We were top 3 in the small business category, which is amazing. I'm sure there's dozens and dozens of other people that have applied for that, so it's a really, really amazing thing. The award's sitting up there in the corner. Finalist of the Small Employer of the Year. Super proud, super amazing achievement. It's one of those things. I was very nervous as they were reading it out. I'm like, I don't really want to get up there and make a speech. but I wanted us to win.
Yeah.
But then when that one of our other sort of fellow veteran business owners, they won, I was instantly relieved that I didn't have to go up there and make a speech. So I was going through my own little bloody journey of emotions there. But no, it was an awesome night. We went to the big house. There's a few big houses I do want to go to, and one of them I don't want to go to. But yeah, going to the Parliament House was bloody excellent.
Yeah, it's good.
So
nice.
I know everyone was back here on our internal Slack chat, going, best of luck and whatever else.
And I guess it goes without saying, you don't have to have won it to be a winner, right? Like to even just be in the finalist category out of all of the veteran companies in the country is just a huge achievement as well. Like, and it just, it's hats off to you and Tam, and obviously the rest of the team to sort of support each other and have that position where we can actually provide that back to the defence community.
Pad for defence people when they're out of service.
It was such a good feeling. Like, there's a lot of vitriol and like comparisons and bloody veterans beating each other down, mostly on DVA pages. Quite frankly, I'm sure you've all seen it yourselves. It's bloody sad. But there was a room full of love. There's a room full of admiration. There was a room full of, lifting each other up. It was really, really cool to be there.
Yeah.
And of course, whilst I wasn't there wearing my Axon shirt, I had my little name tag on, and just be there representing you all, was bloody really, really humbling. So thanks so much for everything you do, of course. And just on that point, the 20 odd people that I ran into down there, not one of them are like, "Oh, Robbie, good to see you again. What are you doing these days?" Every single one of them was like, "Mate, you are all over my social media. Like, I love you doing this and this. Like, well done on creating.
I can't even watch YouTube without Robbie popping up.
Sometimes I'm like, you're welcome. Other times I'm like, sorry about that. Yeah. But mate, it was just so great to know that the Axon brand and who we are and what we do and all the effort and hard work and working till 9 o'clock at night. Some of the times is being recognised out there, and the brand is bloody kicking ass, which is really, really cool. And of course, some of them are like, oh, so what sort of results have you been getting with everyone? I'm like, well, we're on the verge of, and it's literally just happened yesterday as well. Ironically, on our 1 year anniversary.
There we go. You're about to hear it first.
How many properties have we now had land settlement occur?
600.
600.
Yeah. No one else in the space can say that they've built 600 properties.
Oh, there's one competitor saying they've built thousands of properties and they've only been going since Mornos. But anyway,
you can easily fact check that one. But anyway,
take it down, boys. It looks stupid. Anyway, well, 600 properties is fucking phenomenal.
600.
When you're controlling your own metric, you can just create whatever you want. Which 600 properties. How much does that turn into? So far, $350 million. Purchase price.
Wow.
Not what's been grown.
Not grown
since. Is $350 million worth of purchases. And
property.
The growth on top of that is just we can't even measure
and the amount
of
lives
growth
that we've helped.
But
lives that we've
you
helped.
are a classic example.
Yep.
You and Amana bought your own home down in Newcastle.
Yep.
That went up in value. Sold it. What did it allow you to do?
Yep. Allowed us to buy our first property here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Which we would have really struggled to do when we came up here.
Yeah.
And then that's allowed us to continue. We're about to upgrade to a bigger home.
So good, mate.
It's set our trajectory.
Then Axon's next morning brief in January will be on Ryan's balcony overlooking the pool. But no, look, it's I know
the fire pit.
As the coaches, we're the first people that the clients come to.
Yeah.
And the amount of effort and diligence and care that we show on like putting a plan together, running the numbers, exploring the courses of action. And when it all turns out, and then when you sort of still got those people in your lives 4, 5, 6 years later, and they're a few $100,000 better off based on the guidance we provided them, based on the chance that they took on us, fucking it's goosebumps, mate. It's just so cool to be a part of. So, I'm so glad. I can't wait in another few years' time when we celebrate 1,000 properties that we've built for the defence community.
That we have actually built.
That we have facilitated the building for. It's going to, the impact we're having on people's life is fucking amazing. And of course, we sort of, last little bit about the Axon updates as we went down to Melbourne. So Jimmy, you came with us, and we've got a little piece in a minute. So I know that it was about 18 months since you were down there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing, what you thought about that. In fact, it's the next thing we're thinking about. Robbie, know your content. Sorry about that, Maddie. I know we did an awesome little video of which has now just been released in the last couple of days.
The rusty swing.
The rusty swing.
I know about a rusty something else, but this was a rusty swing.
It's not my signature move, I can tell you that much.
But mate, it was really cool, and shout out to the production team here for putting together such an awesome little video. But mate, you spoke really well because you've got the power of context.
Yes.
When I said, right, HMAS Axon, It's not really a thing, by the way. Don't fucking get up me. I'm not trying to, like, you know, insult anyone. But when we said, right, we're now getting out of Southeast Queensland predominantly, and we're going down to Melbourne, I said, James, you and a few others, get your ass down there, go fucking find out what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's 18 months or so since you were there.
Yep.
Tell me what you discovered.
The growth, of course, is just far beyond what I actually thought it was going to be from on the ground. Right.
When you
So
say growth,
physical-
are you talking
physical
about
growth,
expansion of the...
expansion and actual development of the land, not just from the residential point of view, from the big effing sheds, as we call them.
BFS, the
I'll
big
tell you
fucking
what,
sheds.
So I've some sheds down there. You could stack a couple of 747s on top of each other. They are absolutely huge.
I'll just take that into account for a second. Good point. Imagine having hangars that are that big that would hold jumbo jets in the fucking suburbs as little industrial estates 2 minutes away from where people live.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing like that exists down into Southeast Queensland anyway, even though the growth corridors here are going gangbusters.
Yeah. I'm really excited with it, actually, because I was explaining to a client last night about why Melbourne and what is our research, what is the research that we do that's picked Melbourne. And I say, well, the last 8 years, we always apply the same research analysis, 7 ingredients of the property market, to each developing area that we focus on. And we don't just go, righto, we found one, great. We look at other markets. Do we continuously look at Perth and Darwin and Adelaide? And if they don't stack up, they don't make the cut, right? A couple of years ago, 5 years ago, we've been working in the western regions of Southeast Queensland and the northern parts of Queensland.
Brisbane.
Brisbane. So we're
northern parts of
applying the
Queensland.
same principle research analysis against these areas in Melbourne. And what we are currently seeing in Melbourne was those western parts of Brisbane 5 years ago. So it's like that growth, that development, that projected infrastructure spending is coming.
Because I remember when I found the house for you and Caitlin when you were clients,
Yeah. And
in that Western Growth Corridor, and there wasn't fuck all there. It was an emerging area.
see it was
And
happening.
I'm like, this is going to go up in value. Fucking had
I
everything
swear,
crossed.
Like, look at the development, look at the spending and infrastructure. That's what you got to focus on.
Yeah.
Not what's there now. Is, you know, your standard growth in a property market is one thing, but when you compile that with your force multipliers of, you know, billions of dollars of infrastructure, railroads,
People.
Yeah.
people.
There's millions of people that are
What
gonna
is
be
that going to
moving to
do
Melbourne?
to that market? And it's not something that we can tangibly give a number to, but historically we can show you the numbers what that looks like, and it's never failed us once in
Isn't
600
it cool
properties.
to have that lived experience literally under our belt?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can hear the confidence in your voice now. Like, it's just a
I mean, I've done
right?
it myself as a client myself, literally talking to you when I was in Afghanistan with my first property going, just go for a property. I'm putting my trust in you. Like, and now I've lived and breathed it myself as a client. Now on the other side, I can understand where people's admiration, the anxiety, the anticipation, the apprehensiveness, all the emotions that you might have, I can understand and value and understand that. So it's good to see.
Yeah,
And
well said.
What Melbourne has, which is what you touched on before, I think is potentially an 8th ingredient, which is that large industrial logistics hubs, or hubs around the city. You know,
Massive
it's another
distribution
level of economic
centres.
diversity that Brisbane has, but not to that scale.
Yep.
And I think that's going to contribute significantly to the growth of the property market.
I mapped it out the other day, to your point, that whole huge industrial area, which is on the fringe of the growth corridor that we're in.
Yeah.
It's 32 square kilometres of massive fucking sheds.
Yep.
Just picture that, 32,000 square metres of just that. There's tens of thousands of people that live there, and there's a massive growth corridor, 5-minute drive.
And
not
how
a
much
50-minute
employment is that?
drive, not a 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
So the convenience of having those 10,000 workers, they're in pretty high-paying blue-collar jobs, it must be said. Yes, bloody hell, it's going to have a huge impact on
And all
things.
within, you know, a 25-minute drive of the CBD.
Yeah, true.
From where we were standing in all of the areas, you could see the city not too far away. Like it's
Someone's
all
got
within
fucking
region.
Google Maps out right now. Big white sheds, 25 k's within a certain.
All the imagery analysts out there, you can start working it out.
You do your thing. You do your
25
thing.
minutes based on the time, traffic.
Oh, it's gold. I saw someone the other day with our little video. They're like, "Which suburbs you looking into, mate?" And I was like, "It's not going to be naming a suburb that we're looking into, because how do I know whether you can afford to buy there or whether that's the right thing for you or not? It would be irresponsible of me to go, oh, you should go to suburb X, Y, and Z. Oh, sweet, I'm going to go by there.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck am I doing here?
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it'd be
doesn't-
saying,
doesn't
go to the
work
Gold
like that.
Coast, go to the Canberra, go to Sydney. Like it's, anyway.
Let's switch gears for a second. So we also had a really strategic meeting with the NAB from the DHOAS lending specialists. Yeah.
Is the state manager came
Yes,
in and had a chat?
yeah.
NAB
It was
state
really,
manager.
really good. The old KLE, Key Leadership Engagement.
Yes,
You guys know about all that.
Love that one.
But, you know, James, you were in the meeting, mate. So, yeah, what were some of your takeaways?
First one is seeing someone such as like the state manager of Queensland of
Coming to
NAB
see
coming
little
to
old
us,
Axon.
coming to see little old Axon, and really just sort of explain to us how NAB are updating, revolutionising their processes and systems. Also wanting to, you know, be more of a people's bank,
Lean in a bit more,
lean
yeah.
in a little bit more. Also trying to focus a little bit more and improving the processes for defence clients in DHOAS. So there's a lot of plans to improve that process as well. Don't want to put any spoilers out just yet, but
They
yeah,
are looking to
there's a lot.
significantly reduce the conditional approval time, significantly
More
reduce.
competitive
There's a
interest
lot of
rates.
really good, promising
It's exciting.
stuff moving forward.
Yeah. One of the as most of you are probably aware, we've got Def Bank, Australian Military Bank, and then the National Australia Bank as the three approved DHOAS funders. He did let us know, it's like, hey, there's some competition coming in the market.
Yeah.
You know, there
gone-
are
gone
other
out to
big
tender.
4 banks that are going to now put a tender in, was his understanding. I'm talking third hand here, so don't quote me, but I was in the meeting.
It's
So
open for a
I've
tender.
read James's notes, and that's what he said. But yeah, so it'll be just interesting to see. Watch this space, of course.
Yeah.
As soon as we know, you'll know. But yeah, I think it'll be fantastic for competition if there are more than
Has to be.
So there's a big 4 bank. The other banks they're not big 4 banks. They're whatever category they sort of choose to put themselves in. That's for up to others to judge.
Defense specific ones, yeah.
But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if there's another big player in the DHOAS space, what that does to.
So that was the other thing that they
things.
said, right? Is like he welcomed the other lenders moving in because it allows more competition for them to put pressure on. They're higher up in NAB, like high up in NAB, to be able to go, we need to do better. Why? Because there's another big player
got a
in the
player,
market now
Yep.
that we need to be competitive with. So it's only going to be good things for everyone who's obviously looking for own home for
DHOAS.
their
For
house.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Speaking about own homes, of course, Ryan, I know you monitor this really, really closely and you gave a great summary during the last session about Melbourne median house prices and the growth and whatever else. What's been going on in Brisbane lately? Because that has a direct impact on entitlement stuff.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, we have been focusing on Melbourne for the better part of the last 12 to 18 months, but we still do prioritise Brisbane as well when it's right for people. But some of the latest data is that the Brisbane market now has a median house price of over 900,000. So it's 970 odd K. Median house price in the generic Brisbane area. The follow-on effects for that for owner-occupiers and first homeowners is that it still has particularly the first homeowner grant, still has a 750K cap. So that price increase is 12% in the last year.
Which is healthy.
Which is amazing.
Amazing for people that have got a
Yeah.
flag in the sand.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. What's that linked to? Continued population growth, maybe Olympic stuff in 2032, of course, all the continued government and infrastructure funding. But yeah, what does it mean for first homeowners? They go, cool, I want to go build my first home in the areas that they can in Brisbane. You're still capped at 750. So you're miles away from getting it. So again, we've been kind of trying to bang this drum for the last 6 months that 750 for first homeowners needs to be reviewed. But of course, it's driving people to build in Queensland, not in Brisbane, which is the, go build in Bundaberg or something.
Mackay like that.
Yeah.
Regional areas. So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic that the government's trying to help people get in their own home, but the grant is then capped at a certain figure, which the market has moved sprinted past, grabbed a fucking drink on the way past and kept running.
It's double-edged
like
sword.
2 years ago.
It is a double-edged sword. Like you improve one area, but it actually puts more pressure on. If anything. So it's a balancing act, and this is where I think we take advantage of that, is to be able to identify and forecast the new areas to be able to to utilise that as best as possible.
And I think they've reviewed the caps for the 5% deposit. They got rid of those caps. So for me, it logically makes sense to review this cap, particularly in the metropolitan areas, and either remove them or take them up to median house price at least.
The next thing that links into is exactly what we're going to talk about now, is like interest rate outlook.
Yeah.
Right. It's all well and good to say, no, it's all right. I'm not that concerned about the $30,000 first home owners grant. I want to just buy in Brisbane anyway. But so straight away you're at that $850,000, $900,000 suburb dependent entry level price point. What if you can't borrow that much? What if you don't have the deposit set aside or the 4 C's of lending as a whole? What if that doesn't suit your circumstance? So it's not just about, I'm going to miss out on my 30 grand. If it's beyond what you can afford in the first place, it's a bit of a moot point. Yeah. Don't worry about trying to live in your own home. If you've got some cash set aside, buy an investment property instead, come back and revisit it later.
Yeah, get into the market.
So, I mean, what have you sort of observed anyway lately on the interest rate directions? And, I know you did a bit of research the other day about what the big 4 banks are predicting.
Yep.
Because as you and I spoke about, a couple of months ago, all of the sentiment back then was like there was a very high likelihood. It was almost like unanimous that there'll probably be another rate drop by the end of this year. Well, guess what? The 9th of December, probably only a couple of days after you're watching this, is the last time that the RBA sits for the year.
Yep.
What's everyone else saying about the likelihood of a rate drop this year?
Pretty much not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
So it's not happening.
Most of the, not happening. Like most of the releases at the moment are stating that the 3 out of the big 4 are predicting a reduction around May to June next year.
Right.
Of the 3 out of the 4, it's but that's the general sentiment.
Still pretty good. Like it's come down. Yeah. We've had 3 rate drops this year.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean the good news is they're not predicting it to go up.
That's correct.
Yeah. Right.
So
like it is. It is.
Yeah.
They are managing inflation as it stands at the moment with the cash rate and all that sort of stuff. We're sitting in between that sort of 2 to 3%, which is where they want us to be. And the interest rate at the moment is sort of 5s to 6, which historically in Australia is about the sweet spot long term that they want to keep it or have kept it, where they can manage it. So if pending, and I've said this before, pending another COVID, pending Trump pushing the big red button, I think the RBA will want to keep it at where it is for as long as possible.
It is quite sustainable as far as that goes.
Yeah,
you can borrow mine if you like.
Yeah.
Just don't click it all the
Thanks,
time.
Dubs.
He's got another one.
It's like, motherfucker.
I'm
Give me
going to sit here and
those.
see how many pens we've got. I got another one.
But no, it's you're absolutely right, mate. So yeah, we'll just see.
The good news is you just no change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've also, between the 3 of us, I know, got a bunch of clients that are like, cool. The best time frame for me to get into the market is going to be like April, May, June next year. Well, like, sweet. Well, if the numbers work in the here and now, if there is that rate cut between now and then, that's only going to work in your favour. So the acquisition's going to be even easier. And you get to save for another 6 or 7 months as well. So just having that timeline, having that strategy, talking to someone about synchronising what's going on in your life and the broader financial construct, just to give you a whole lot more confidence about what you're doing in a few months' time, is a no-brainer. So,
Absolutely.
Let's really switch gears now. So that's all of like the latest updates about what's been going on in Axon, what's been going on sort of across the broader property finance space. I hope you found that helpful. Please let us know otherwise. Let's now talk about some stories from the trenches. Who wants to go first? What about you?
I'll go first.
I feel like I've spoken to you too much today.
You're welcome.
But yeah, tell us a bit of a story about one of the clients you've spoken to recently.
This is always a little special part of the morning brief. As Robbie said at the start, we love educating people on the types of circumstances that we get because the lessons learned are invaluable. And often people are sitting at home watching this going, oh, that's me. Yeah. That might apply to me. Cool. I might be able to make this work or whatever.
Or they're like, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. And I've got a really great client at the moment, and this gent has allowed, we generally keep names discreet because a lot of people, privacy and stuff, confidentiality, but Branislav has given me the all clear. He wants his name out there. He's very, very happy with our services, who we are, the result.
Say my name.
We didn't say his name in our shout out the other week, and he wanted everyone to know that was him.
So shout out to you
He came to
today,
the
mate.
office a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. We had a handover 2 or 3 weeks ago. We went up to the handover with him. He drove up from Newcastle. So Caitlin and I were there, and then we went out for lunch. He brought the kids with him. So it was a really special day.
Yeah.
Take us back to when you first met him. And what were some of those conversations? Because this forms part of the story. Listening to this one team, so it's a cracker.
It's been a journey. So Branislav did reach out to us, I'd say 18 plus months ago, maybe a little bit more. Very, very cautious. You know, he just discharged from the military. He medically discharged, has his pension and DVA compensation and stuff. and knew that he had to do something smart with his cash. However, very, very cautious because he'd tried this before with another company, a non-defense related company a number of years ago, and was burnt pretty badly. You know,
When you say burnt, just
to the better
enlighten us?
part of 60 to 70 grand gone.
So when you say burnt, lost that money?
Lost it, yeah. So put down a deposit on a property, and then all of a sudden, no one was picking up the phone. No one was communicating to him. And I think some legal stuff went on, and not sure where it's at now, but he went backwards, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's a let's not do that moment.
Yeah.
Answer Axon.
Yeah. So very, very cautious. And I think some of his words were in the first chat, "You guys are defense, you won't fuck me. Because I've been fucked before."
Fuck me over.
Yeah, over.
Yeah.
Buy me a drink first.
There you go. So yeah, we chatted for a long time about who we are, what we do, and how we can help him. And we just went at a pace that was comfortable to make sure that he built the trust in us that he needed. And ultimately, we put a plan in place for him to get his first investment property. And his guidance was, I just want a property or two for my kids when I'm done. Yeah. So it's really important to me as a dad as well. And it's been a journey, and he's got his first property. It's been handed over. Tenants have moved in. He loves it.
It was built faster than the contract date.
Yeah,
No
all
issues.
ahead of time. No issues. Yeah, tenants were found in, I think, a week.
Sure.
Yeah. So he's really, really stoked with it. Yeah.
I love it you think about, ladies and gents, what would you do in that situation? You've reached out to a third party. You've been fucked over by them. Do you reckon you just try and do it yourself next time? Most people would. They're like, all right, I'm not going to go do that again. And the fact that he just when you were first telling me that story back in 18 months ago, I was like, whoa, I love this dude already. You know, how insightful of him to go, I'm now still trying to embark on an endeavor that I don't know everything about. I still need some help. Maybe I'm not going to go to some other firm who doesn't come from my background and culture. Let me now reach out to them. And it just happened to fall in your lap. No better person for it. No offense intended, James. No better person for it. You weren't a coach back then, so it was never going to happen. But yeah, I'm so glad, Ryan, that you got to coach him. I met him here in the office the other day.
Yeah, he's a
I went
great
up to him.
dude.
He's like, "Hey, Robbie, how you doing?" I'm like, I was going to introduce myself, but he sort of already knew who I was, which is a bit funny.
You may have seen me from everywhere.
From the big picture out the front of the
I
building.
never saw that said that. We've got bloody Mount Rushmore out the front there. Yes.
Kind of a big deal.
And he sends us video. He sends us videos all the time. Like we sent us a video the other day in his car, thanking us so much for what we've done. Yeah, he's a really special human.
Yeah. Well done, mate. That's a great story. So yeah, just be careful out there, team. Not every firm in this space operates the same. Everyone's clearly got their own business model. So just do your due diligence. I'm not suggesting you reach out to us, but just be careful in what you do.
If it doesn't feel right,
Yeah.
that's it. And that's what we say to people from the start, right?
Yeah.
Let's save the best to last.
Oh, thank you.
So I'll go next. There you go. Yeah,
He gave you one.
Backhand compliment. Eh? Mine's pretty quick. Spoke to some clients that have been with us for a couple of years, built 2 investment properties with us.
Yeah.
They just randomly reached out to the client care team, as part of their normal sort of routine check-in, and they're like, hey, we want to speak to Robbie. I'm like, okay, cool. They opened up, hey, you guys been going, blah, 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 new bub on the way, new bub in her arms, etc. I'm like, so, what do you guys want to talk about? What's the update? They're like, oh, we're going to get posted down to Wodonga. And we've got family and friends down there, both from country Victoria. We want to now know how we can now move into our own home down there. I was like, how exciting.
Wow.
That's fucking awesome. And they're both like, we know that we've got 2 investment properties. They've both gone up in value a couple of $100,000 each. What should we do? How do we now structure it? So effectively, the first, and this is like, because one of our case studies, as some of you may have seen in our training videos, is how do you move into, doesn't need to be your dream home, but how do you move into a home that's going to be yours, like a good home for now, right? Doesn't need to be your forever home. And as long as you've built a little investment portfolio on the side or in the meantime between now and when that time comes along, you just give yourself choices. And they were like so relaxed and so happy. The fact that they can keep 2 properties and buy another one. We'll see how that scenario works out. I don't know. That's a financial question. That's obviously cool. We're going to go back to the NAB and find out what the numbers look like. Or the other one, they're like, we don't mind if we, even if we have to sell one of the properties, we're going to walk away with 250 grand cash, which is not what we had before, and we can use that as a deposit. So it's a really, really heartwarming, good news story that someone's so stoked that, again, they took a chance on us 4 or 5 years ago, followed our model, did all the things you explained before, and they're now in a position where they got nothing but good news choices.
So cool.
Yeah, it's really those. And I know you had a bunch of clients, that you've met. What are you in your third year now? So a few years ago when you started, you sort of build up that years of rapport. But I've been doing this for nearly 9 years now, and to have so many clients come to me and like, hey, based on what we did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, can you now help us now do a little mini restructure? And it's a fucking amazing thing to be a part of. Yeah. Even though they're not going to use Axon services to buy the house down in Wodonga, we don't operate down there, but it's irrelevant. It's like making sure that we can do that little mini restructure to make sure that the work we have done together as a team is capitalised upon and does put them in the right position to fucking live in their own home.
To be able to do it. With the new bub. Yeah.
So anyway, that's something you should do. Over to you, mate. Sorry, the best to last.
Well, thank you.
Don't fuck it up.
The key one that stands out to me is a real young double rough couple. So both of them serving. Very young, 21 and 24 years old.
Yeah.
Came to us, of course, after receiving some retention benefits, which are quite common these days for military overall. Young baby, all right. So young couple is one thing, but then they've got a 7-month-old little Theo. I took a warm heart to him because my son's Theo. So let's go. But yeah, look, they wanted to make sure that they utilised their retention benefits and some other cash that they came into really well. And all I can say is, when I was 21 or 24, I wish I had that mindset. I absolutely did not. So, she's currently on maternity leave and going in and out of planning for on and off work, for paid leave, unpaid leave, Centrelink, all that maternity leave that that you absolutely rightfully should receive and is receiving. But they were under the assumption at the start they had to wait until at least she's back to work. But having that plan and mapping it out, speaking to Deb, ratifying the actual time frame to return to work, based on their cash holdings that they had, pretty much they're able to move a lot sooner than they planned, or even like wished. So they're honestly, they're already speaking to Damo this week about a property, and they're over the moon. Like, it's just a really good story for me just to help somebody who honestly didn't think that they were in that position so soon.
That's the cool
and
thing.
they're a lot stronger than they thought they were going to be. So,
did you see the wave of relief come over them when the numbers come back and Deb, the scenario and the situation you created was then ratified by Deb to say you don't have to wait another 12 months?
Yeah, and I think, like, from when Caitlin was pregnant, we were building our own home as well. I think it's a real powerful for the mother to be able to have the relief that, there's always that sort of unspoken pressure that you have to wait until the mother goes back to work to return to work. And it's like, there's always that unspoken pressure that needs to happen. And taking that off her, I think, was a huge relief. And just seeing that in her face and her body language was just, it was really relieving to be able to give them and map it out and planning it all out for them.
Top stuff, mate.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, there's layers to that story. Dad yourself, I can see you getting all fired up about.
Yeah.
And again, isn't it just so important? And is it so satisfying that we can be part of young families? They invite us into their family to allow them to do the guidance and map it all out and do the Seek Matrix, and like, holy shit, we can actually get started a whole lot quicker here.
Yeah.
It's going to make a massive difference to them down the track.
Just don't sit in your own echo chamber.
Because if they wait another year, what if their house they want to buy is 50 grand more now? Which more than likely going to be the case. So it's very impactful to be able to do that. All right, let's wrap it up. As you can see, it is the Christmas edition. Naughty and nice. I feel like I've been a little bit naughty today, but sometimes nice. So I'm just going to leave it.
Just give it a just let it spin and let it decide.
There we go.
There you go.
So we're going to do our end of year Christmas wrap up. We've been doing this for a few years now. So the configuration will be sorted out by the team, but effectively everyone that's got an Axon shirt on is going to file past and say Merry Christmas to you all. So keep an eye out for that one, please. Our office closes on the 19th of December. That's a Friday.
Yep.
My calendar is open for coaching all the way up until a Thursday evening. So rock and roll, get your ass in the gear there. And we reopen again on the 14th of January. So effectively, we've got 3.5 weeks off.
Love it.
like you two, I'm sprinting to the end of the year. I want to help as many people as I can.
Yeah.
I want to have that bloody impact, et cetera, et cetera. But then when that happens, I fucking don't ring me about property stuff unless you're in the Gold Coast and you want to catch up socially, and I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem at all. Christmas party, what are we doing this year? One of your favourite activities. It's not the first time we've done it.
Yeah, flying around on the yacht club.
On a
We're not
boat.
flying anywhere. You'll be flying around.
That's some like it's some words or another. Yeah,
flying
Getting
around on
on
a
a
boat. But no, it's the YOT Club. Have a bloody check that out. And if the boys put a bit of B-roll, that'll be good as well. It is a fucking kick-ass Christmas party. So, you'll see us all in that. And what I've loved as well, Daniel, thank you so much, mate. You've organised 2 podcasts for me to do in here before the end of the year. So one of the competitors from Veteran Games and one of our leading veteran dietitian as well. So she'll walk in here and say, you're a fat bastard. Let's fucking talk about the food you're eating or something like that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Rhino.
Thanks, mate.
See you in another few weeks. Have a fantastic Christmas, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that bit. Lots of things to cover. That'll do. See you next time.
See ya.